Well, that's a cool loading animation. And now it's stopped being animated. And I feel like I've made it awkward. As the game has crashed. Might have. Yep, it has, probably because they kept bashing buttons. No one has been to the family cottage since Grandma passed away. After everything that has happened, perhaps coming here is a fresh start. A fresh start where I can hopefully escape from my hallucinations of a car, which do not seem to be here, and my inability to return to the places I have previously been. Okay then, so good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a game whose name I do not know how to pronounce. Happy Midsummer. Remember to take the right at the junction. I know that, Dad. I've been there before. Right, select reply. How can I do this? Oh, here we are. Thanks, where are you and Mom again? It's been years since I last visited the cottage, but it's not like I would forget. Let us be pleasant and send a text back. Thank you. Where are you and Mom again? I mean, I couldn't really turn left there, but never mind. Right. Yes, I don't know how to pronounce its name, and I'm not going to try. In case I get it wrong. Well, no, for when I get it wrong. I remember when we walked this road, Grandmother and I. Many Finns have a strong emotional connection with the road that leads to their cottage, often linked to pleasant childhood memories and summer holidays spent away from the mundane. The cottage road signals the beginning of relaxation. I remember when I last walked this dirt road. From here, I would run barefoot straight to the lake, but I am too old for that now. I have wanted to come here for so long. Something has kept me away. Hearing the birds and the wind in the trees makes me hopeful. Slowly, I feel my shoulders falling back. Still, the ache in my chest lingers, and I can almost see the cottage. That's nice. Pictures you take with your phone will be added here. That's exciting. Right, let's put this away for a moment. Can I take a picture? Can I take a picture of this little bird? Ah, excellent. One for the album. Yes, indeed. Can I see a picture of the bird? I mean, not really. The bird might be here if you're easily convinced that any random group of pixels is a bird. Ah, the joys of old phones. Mind you, I'd never actually seen a phone like this which had a camera on it. How, Mr. Bird, or Mrs. Bird, possibly. I do not know. Right then. Ooh, goodness. Here's a fun little project we can do. What's this? F-I-N. Finland? Oh, is that why you said Finns? Oh, you mean Finnish people. I was wondering what you were on about when you said that. Grandmother's old beetle. Examine it. Rusting away, like my life. How depressing. Oh, well, it's very nicely detailed. Very nicely detailed indeed. Not quite sure why it's just been left here. As if it's just been crashed. You'd think somebody would leave it in a garage or something. But this is cute. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's very nice. That's also a noble game, by the way. You know, just in case you somehow manage to click on this video and get 4 minutes into it without reading the title bar. And now I'm worrying about the frame rate. Right then, let's get inside where the graphics won't be quite so beautiful and my CPU can cool off a little. Right. This game is gorgeous though. Let's go stand on this pier, where we shall be stationary, and hopefully the frame rate will look a little nicer. We'll get back to the conversation in a wee moment. Let me put that away. Let me not put that away because the button didn't work. Waves hitting the pier, wind rustling the trees, feels inviting. Yes, this is absolutely gorgeous. This reminds me a little bit of Scotland. Keep an eye out for Grandma's journal. We couldn't find it last fall, but no sweat. If we don't find it, she had a knack for hiding stuff. I hope I find it sooner or later. It will turn up eventually. Relax, I need to reach the cottage first. I'm sure we shall find it in time. Right, when Grandma passed away, it shook something in me. I needed to be here tonight. I'm curious how old I am, because I seem to be old enough to be vaguely independent, but still young enough that I'm paying attention to my parents. Maybe later. What is this exactly? Other than the building which crashes the frame rate. Oh, a sauna. Sorry, I don't think I've ever seen the word sauna written down before. I didn't recognise it at first. We don't need to go in there. No, we don't. Okie dokie. Never mind. What's this? Something else that breaks the frame rate. Some fruit? No, I thought it was some dynamite at first, but no such luck. What's this? Little bits of wood with different numbers on them. Oh, exciting. Sit on chair. Ah, this is nice. This is pleasant. This is peaceful. I like this. Makes a nice change from all the horrific horror that we normally do. Right. I'm going to guess that's in Finnish. Which might shock you to learn that I don't know how to speak Finnish. Where is the key again? Probably in here. Let me throw this over there. A flea with a broken back could have thrown that further. Right. Cottage area map. Examine. Gideon. Cousin Juno's old drawing of the area still exists. Okay, so that's just this little bit that we've got here. That's not enormously consequential. Let us put it here. Okay, you actually threw that one that time. The consistency is confusing, or the lack thereof, rather. Is there anything else in here? No. I'm not seeing any keys. Okie now what? I forgot to tell you that the keys are in the usual place. Oh right, hidden in a pile of logs. Yes. What in this? What do you mean, like a log pile in terms of like firewood? Perhaps that is what you mean. Are they out by the outhouse? Is that where they have been stored? Yes. Don't know why, unless you wish to multitask while dealing with your business, and then getting something to be a little warmer. Right, where's the key? I see it not. Let me move a bunch of stuff until I find it. Aha! Here we are. No, we are not. Give. Thank you. There we go. Time to go inside and take a nap. But not go this way, because we're not allowed to go this way. Can I go behind the house or not? Why is there this little step here? Who is supposed to sit on this little step? Whose job is it to sit on this little step and observe the auditory cues coming out of this? I do not know. Ooh, it's a spooky drawing. Oh, indeed. Best close that at once. Right then. Soz about the mess. But, you know, the dead don't care about untidiness. So, that frightened me for a moment. But it'll be alright. Yes, I've yet to see a horror movie with a ghost in it who killed people for being messy. But perhaps one does exist. Summer cottage in Finland. Most of the Finns have access to one. They are on purposely less equipped with modern commodities such as plumbing or electricity and close to forest lakes or the sea. They are a place for relaxation and spending time with family. They have usually been around for many generations and are filled with precious memorabilia. Some peace and quiet finally. These last few weeks on... I'm not even going to try. Sofas really got the best of me. I'm lucky to have a family that cares, even if they drive me mad. When the whole family was here, only a handful of us had room to sleep inside. We kids were appointed tents, spending the entire night fighting off mosquitoes. Really? I didn't think the mosquitoes got as far north as Finland, but apparently I stand corrected. Honestly, that might still have been the best time of my life. Those carefree summers, listening to the humming forest nights, rattling of the tent fabric, and sharing whispers and giggles with cousins. Sometimes my cousins would tell ghost stories, and then everyone would lay stone cold awake inside their sleeping bags. I was going to take you here and recount the most gruesome stories to you. I know you would have liked that. Yes, I would have. I like spooky pokey things. Right. Who's the journal addressed to? Presumably the journal is being written by the player character. So who is he talking to about taking places? I am most confused. I remember when my small hands could hardly reach the cottage front door handle, pushing the creaky door open and smelling the fresh night's air. I always felt like somebody was watching me out in the gloomy pathway of the outhouse. If the moonlight was just right, the blueberry bushes and ferns swaying in the night breeze would reveal a small, sparkling gaze within their roots, it would disappear as soon as you turned your head towards it. Never be afraid of the forest, my grandmother had said. I imagined the pine and birch trees growing a protective canopy over me, and I, the brave explorer, would dive into the silent summer night. The odd engraving on the outhouse door looked scary, but felt protective, so it's been there a while then. As a child, I imagined that if I could reach the outhouse from the cottage fast enough, the darkness could not catch me. I wish I could say the same now. Oh. Cute. Oh, a squirrel. I love squirrels. Oh. And now we've got a dandelion instead. Shame. I kind of preferred the squirrel. Midsummer is the astronomical middle of the year, close to the summer solstice. The festival in Finland, including spending time with friends and family, burning bonfires, or building a maypole in the archipelago area. Midsummer Jubilees originate from the folk beliefs of commemorating the deity of weather. The feast was to ensure fertility and good crops for the coming year. Later, Christianity placed the birth of John the Baptist on this date, from which this month, which again I'm not going to try and pronounce, the Finnish word for midsummer originates. No one has been here since last fall. No wonder the place is a bit dusty. It is understandable that Dad and Aunt... Oh, that's who it is. It's the aunt. Right. I thought it was a brand of sofa. I stand corrected. Didn't want to come here on this day. Midsummer's Eve was special to Grandma. She decorated the front door with young birch trees on each side. She would oversee the tidying of the cottage, delegating tasks to us grandchildren. We would, of course, start goofing around as soon as she turned her back. Later in the evening, while the grown-ups were enjoying dinner, the kids would play the wooden block game and try to beat Grandpa's high score. You could sense the smell of fresh new potatoes, butter and dill, herring and spirits coming from the cottage. To us kids, Midsummer Night was also magical. We would sometimes attempt to cast spells. Pick 7 flowers and place them under your pillow. You'll dream of your future partner, Mom explained. Nope. Gonna go out on a limb here. I mean, I'm no scientist, but I'm just gonna say that I mean, unless plants have like some severely hallucinogenic chemicals in them, which seep out of the plants after you've killed them, then maybe. Nowadays, midsummer means spending the night with loved ones. We're planning to be here tonight together, but it's better this way. Alone, I don't have to talk to people because I'm a grim stay inside. Right, a cookbook, a good recipe for traditional beer in here, as opposed to that infernal modern beer with its crass musical tastes. Right, ingredients of which I am not familiar with except for yeast because it is in Marmite. It looked like they were having so much fun. One evening my dad and Grandpa were enjoying cups of this beer on the beach while the beach sun was setting. I think I was a kid back then, looking curiously at the sluggish mannerisms through the porch fence. Their voices were rising with each cup, and laughter became louder. They looked like they became stronger with every drink. Suddenly they were on their feet, wrestling and wobbling towards the bushes. They looked like they were hugging and patting each other on the cheeks and head. Grandmother rushed to the porch and quickly ushered me inside. While sitting under the kitchen counter, I heard a splash, then another, then silence. Grandmother brought me a glass of blackcurrant juice, stroked my hair, and said, "You are safe here." Don't stroke people's hair. 'Tis just weird. Right then, let's giddy on. Let's try that again. There we are. Can I have some light, perhaps? Seemingly not. An instrument. Why is this still here? Why, when you die, you have to have all your musical instruments taken away from you? Is that how life works? I don't know. Can't say that I've died very much in my 20 years thus far. The 2,000-year-old wooden string instrument is known all around the Baltic Sea area. In the Finnish national epic, here are many words and names I'm not going to try and pronounce, a hero makes one of them out of the jawbones of the northern pike. The initials are still visible on the wooden sideboard. I guess no one dared to take the instrument back to the city before winter came. After Grandpa passed, Grandma played by the lake at dusk. As she played, there would be no echo on the lake, as everything stood still, silently listening. Come to think of it, even the wind calmed in the treetops. I remember slowly walking to the porch, and leaning against the beams, listening to her. I could hear a soundless cry as she sat on the end of the pier. Well, this is all very miserable and depressing, isn't it? Right, Goodness, you weren't lying about there not being enough space for everyone to sleep. This place could only accommodate one person, certainly overnight. I'm going to sit in the old rocking chair, just like Grandma used to do. Yes, indeed. 50 years of farts in that chair. Absolutely smashing. I don't know if you can hear that. It's alright. It's like sort of relaxed country music, spoken in a language I don't understand. Right-ho then, a tapestry textile. The image on this rug. Yes, it is a tree and its roots. The long tufted tapestry, dating back as far to the Viking times, the ornament textile style is unique to Finnish tradition and later is revered folk art, still hanging. When I was little, the images on the rug fueled my imagination in the night. No wonder, as they were the source of Grandma's bedtime stories, of times that were and times that never passed, as she would introduce them. It was important to her to tell the same tales over and over again, which I didn't really understand. The same themes about the lake, the birds, the midsummer night were always present. As I grew older, I naturally lost interest in her stories. Perhaps she just used that as an excuse. Hello, I didn't see you up there. Perhaps she just used that as an excuse for the fact that she kept forgetting what story she told you and thus ended up repeating herself. Hello, magpie. Grandmother taxidermied this bird after someone else shot it, because that isn't slightly psychopathic. Hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to kill an innocent animal, and then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to string up its corpse in my house where I sleep. I'm not like a vegan or like a massive animal rights activist, but taxidermy is a little weird, right? Like, when people do it with humans, it is rightly seen as bonkers. When people do it with animals, it is oddly seen as ordinary. Right, the magpie has many beliefs in Finnish folklore. Usually it is the bearer of misfortune and bad news. However, sometimes to see the bird is a sought-after omen. It is lively and up-spirited. Habitus are preferred qualities in a person. One summer, the magpies were all going crazy. Every morning you'd wake up to their crows and you could hardly get any sleep. Finally, well, alright then. No, maybe. I mean, okay, you can... I mean, you don't have to shoot one of the birds. You could just shoot near them and they'd probably leave. Grandpa fetched his shotgun and took care of it. He put one of the loudmouths, as he called them, on the wall to remind us how nature needs to be tamed. Does it? Me and you has a little bit of a disagreement on that, but never mind. We never knew why the birds were so rather riled up that day. Come to think of it, that summer we also had some odd fish wash ashore. The bulgy-eyed perch seemed okay, but their scales would shine in tones of bright purple. When I mentioned this to Grandma, she hurried away from the kitchen and continued baking something. She wouldn't let us take the rowing boat out any further than the pier that summer, especially not near the big rock in the distance. What big rock in the distance? I don't remember seeing a big rock in the distance. I wish to go and have a look at this. What big rock? Oh, you mean that one? Oh, right, fair enough. And presumably that is the little boat. Can we, go down and get another message from the little boat? Or rather, that is a memory. Not exactly that it's going to be carrying a letter with it. It seems to have a plaque on it. Can I read this? I mean, it's going to be in Finnish, Phil, so no. And also doesn't seem to have anything written on it, so doubly no. Right, I am going to have a game of darts. Grandpa was so good at this. Oh, I'm going to throw some darts. I've never played darts in my life, so you can imagine how badly this is going to go. I don't even know how far away you're supposed to stand. This looks like a well-worn area, so I'm guessing people stood here. No, this is far too close. Let's stand about here. Right. That was terrible. Right, never mind. My aim, not the game. Right, hold on. I have no idea what my objective is in this game, other than just to wander around and learn a little bit about the Finnish culture, which I'm not totally complaining about. Right. Snow lantern photo. This is gorgeous. Very Christmassy. A photo of the first snow from many winters ago. We made some information available, but we didn't keep it there long enough for anybody to finish reading it. But never mind. That's what I get for being a slowpoke. Right then. Let us have a wee kip. Welcome, traveller. You are finally awake. Thank you, Rayloff. Am I doing that? Oh, yes, I am doing that. Okay. Oh, goodness. We need you down here. Darkness has taken root, and I need better dreams. Kitty out. What do you mean, Mr. Bird? We need you to come back. Make haste. Come back to where? Follow me to a place I'm not going to try and pronounce. I've probably insulted people enough already. The realm of dreams beneath worlds. If this is a dream, why do I feel restless? What is in this world of ours? Dark roots are taking over, taking the sapling down before it is too late. What kind of roots? Darkness is coming, covering all ground and reaching out for the skies. It must be stopped. You have the strength. You are more powerful than you dare to remember. I feel like I don't know myself anymore. I am waiting for you underneath it all. You will know what to do when the time comes. The power was within you all along and all that jazz. Right, how long was we asleep? Either an entire day or not very long at all. We are tasting herring and spirits. Remember to heat up the sauna. Of course, I'll get the red bucket. What do you take me for? The sauna will make me feel better. Yes, the sauna will make me feel much better, because it's definitely not for you. Time to get some wood and fill up the water bucket. Who was that other message I got from? It was just a number, but seemed to be, I don't know, possibly the partner of this player character, given that they seem to be talking about sort of working things out. Right then, red bucket. I don't think I've seen a red bucket thus far. Can I open this first? Yes, indeed. The old sauna, it makes me wonder. Wonder about what? Wonder about, how's it get here? Wonder about how you get this thing in here? Quite possibly. Okay, perhaps I was supposed to, bring this to the log pile and then fill it up, rather than t'other way round. Right then. Oh goodness. This is quite difficult. I need to throw them in like kind of lengthways, but I can't do that. Oh gosh. This isn't working at all. Right, what does it say about the sauna? What wonderful memories do I have of a sauna? The Finnish sauna is a small house room or room for bathing and enjoying the warmth and steam emitted by a stove. A traditional sauna is heated up by wood, but nowadays town apartments use electricity. A good temperature for the sauna is approximately 70 to 90 degrees Celsius. Inside the sauna, water from a bucket is thrown on the hot stones. The modern Finnish sauna dates back hundreds of years, and the oldest form of Finnish saunas, covered in earth pits, date back to the Bronze Era. As a centre for socialisation and health benefits, the sauna has many important functions, as well as folk tales to share. Sometimes it was believed that small gnomes lived inside these saunas or other homes. Gnomes took great care of buildings and belongings, but if they were left ungratified, I dread to think what it takes to gratify a gnome, they would do their mischief. If you hear banging from the stove, it is the sauna gnomes saying hello, or maybe they're just banging because they haven't been gratified enough recently. The old sauna makes me think about how important it has been. Grandma was born in a sauna. Quick, I'm having a child. Shall I stay in this incredibly hot and small and cramped environment, or shall I, step outside? I appreciate you probably don't have, like immediate access to a hospital if you're out in the middle of nowhere, but I'm really not convinced the sauna is the best place. But I don't know, maybe the heat helps with dilation or something. I'm not a medical person. I guess not this one, but back in rural Finland, where saunas were central to people's lives. As a young girl, she moved to central Finland and later met Grandpa in the same village where they lived. Maybe it was love at first sight. What would I know of that? I've always been left with the short end of the stick. I should heat up the sauna soon. Some peace and quiet is what I need. This is the only place I can hear my thoughts. Right then, how do I manage this? I can move this round. How thrilling. Okay, I need to get some wood for this. You know what? I'm just going to do it by hand because, frankly, the bucket confuses me. Now, what that says about my competency, I do not know. Yay! Now, let's put some wood on the fire. We have just put some wood on the fire, but alright. I'm going to guess I actually want the bucket for some water. Yes! My cousin often told me about a tale of a woman in... My cousin clearly reads very quickly, doesn't he? Ah, there was instructions, and I was too stupid to understand. Right then. Place bucket. Hooray. What do we have here? I bet you can't beat my record on the wooden block game. Next time we duel. I remember Grandpa making it years ago. I think I saw it on the porch. Game on. I'll turn my phone off now and get left in peace, hopefully. Presumably that's what that thing with those little numbers were. Can't say I recognise the game myself. Right then, let us shut the door. You'd think I'd probably get undressed to some degree first. Oh, for goodness sake. Sorry for spamming. You're just enjoying yourself. I missed my dad as a boy, even when he was around. No one was the same after the war. Grandpa did his best. All I need is to be in your thoughts, thanks to the support. You just keep yourself hydrated with water instead of beer! Right, yes. Nice jokiness. Right. Staying hydrated. Indeed. Right ho. How do I do this? How do I relax? I do not know, because I am not very good at this particular endeavour. Perhaps I need to wait for it to fire up, or maybe I need a bit more wood. Shock horror, maybe my life would be improved a bit if there were a wee bit more wood about. Right then, let's try this. Do you want some more? I mean, you seem to have taken them. What exactly that means, I'm not sure. Okay then, right, let's throw that back up there. Giddy yarn. I don't think I need to relax, I think I just need to spend a bit of time, practicing my throwing on. Right, do I need the big spoon, or whatever this is? I think it is a big spoon. I need to shake this. Pull this, whatever this is. I think it's a tap. No, that doesn't seem to be helping the situation. Oh dear. What the hell was that noise? Oh no, you don't want me to play the game, do you? Oh, is it bowling? I suck at bowling. Please tell me how to play the game. Okay, I thought I was going into the sauna. I didn't think I was playing the game. This game is a classic Finnish summer pastime. Players throw a stick towards wooden blocks placed in a triangle and try to hit as many blocks as they can, or just hit the blocks with the highest number written on them. The player with the most points wins. I used to love this game, but no one could beat Grandpa's high score. Guess he added some embellishments to his points every year, just like his fishing stories. I better try playing while I'm waiting for the sauna to heat up. Oh, yes, that's right. Things take time, don't they? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Despite Grandpa being a caring man, he taught tough love. His generation went through changes we can't even imagine now. War times, societal depressions, and the changing world. He and grandmother built their home and their family from scratch, and though the cottage had always been there, Grandma once mentioned that ever since Grandpa visited her family summer place for the first time, nothing managed to keep him away. Grandpa sometimes joked about his old ball and chain, although not referring to Grandma, but his attachment to the cottage. He used to walk around with a handheld knife in his belt and a fierce face, like he was ready to take on any oncoming threat from the lake or the forest, taming nature, as he would say, when asked about the knife. I heard that during his last years, Grandpa became more and more convinced that something was seriously after him at the cottage. It's probably dementia. At the end, Dad and Aunt had to find him a more suitable facility. He lasted a few months, and then we had his funeral. Grandma was never the same afterwards. Well, that's all a bit sad. Right then. I suck at bowling, and I can't stand about. I'm going to throw it like that. I have seen worse performances. What the hell? Okay, now I see how this becomes difficult. Good God. This is becoming absurd. Okay, so do you like go for that one and get like the 12 and the 11, or do you go for those ones and get more? Haha! You do a curve shot. That's what you do. Right, I'm going to throw right there, for no particularly good reason. The stove heats up the sauna fast. I bet it is ready. I burned my toe on the old one. Grandma put a resin around it. I remember. Yes, indeed. I mean, it's not on fire yet, which implies good things. Right then, am I finished? Yes, I am all finished. Am I going to tidy up? No, of course not, because I am, without doubt, a ragamuffin. Right-ho then. Ah, yes, it is steaming nicely. Let us go inside and enjoy whatever the hell it is that people enjoy about saunas. They're not my sort of thing. And alcohol. Sit in an incredibly hot environment and dehydrate yourself. Spiffing plan. I keep thinking about that bird from the dream. Let's have some more little splurges. This is nice. This is very pleasant. It's very pretty as well. Oh well, I suppose it is time I need to do this. I used to visit my dreams as a kid all the time. Oh, you've seen that bird before? Oh, curious. That wasn't a unique dream. Right, there we are. Eventually I'll be drunk enough that we can carry on with it. Visiting the cottage is certainly stirring up some old memories. Oh, this is gorgeous. I do worry I'm turning into a grade A alcoholic at this rate, but alright. Glug, 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 glug. Get in. Remember this. It is a magical night. It will be after I've had a few more of these. Here is a midsummer night's spell. Run around the cottage naked 7 times and you will find love again. From the orderlies, who cart you off in a straitjacket for being totally bonkers. Might as well try. On my way, there goes my towel. You are too superstitious, even if you found Mom that way. Oh, the roasting. And not just of the dinners. Might give it a try. I could use a little magic. What are you talking about? I mean, I don't know if I'm prepared for this in terms of my attire, but, okay. Oh, there's some toys up there. I didn't see those before. 7 times. That's going to take all day. Okay. Yes, but, oh, I can't run. There's no sprint. Or at least I'm pressing shift and it's not happening. Hello? I must have had a few beers too many. Yes. I mean, I would consider even 1 beer too many, because I don't think it tastes very nice. But, Phil and his unpopular opinions has never been a particularly, wildly popular format on this show. Right. Should I really be getting in a boat when I am blind drunk? No, you really shouldn't. You also shouldn't have left the oars behind. But alright. Let's go chasing a bird into the sunset. What could possibly go wrong? Is that? Like a sort of a birthmark on the wall. How bizarre. Mysterious rock painting. Definitely haven't seen this here before. I have though. I've seen this image on the loading screen at the beginning of the game. I've had many beers too many. Oh dear. Yes. It was exactly that. That's exactly what I saw in the beginning. So, it would seem that I am now going to drown because I'm slightly too sloshed. Thanks. You thief! I thought you were helpful, but you're not. You're just a great big thief person. And now there's a water monster. Didn't realise we were playing Resident Evil. What happened? Where am I? I need to get to dry land. You're right, I haven't got a clue where we are. There's the tree from the dream. I can't see the house anywhere. Alright. Okay, I can jump now. I can't sprint, but I can jump. Ooh, yes, it's a water monster. I don't like it. Perhaps I'd best have this with me. What? What's it doing here? It looks broken. Press left mouse button to play. Okay, am I using this as like a lure? Go over there, spooky pooky monster. Where I came from, I've yet to meet a musical instrument that can throw its voice. But, hey-ho, maybe the Finns are just a bit beyond us. In terms of their, like, musical prowess. Right then, let's try this again, and this time not suck quite so badly. What the hell is that? I don't know, but I can't lure anybody over there. Do I have to, like, do it close to the monster so that it actually moves to it? Oh, it's not a lure, it pushes the water away so we get a bit of dry land. Oh, God. I mean, admittedly, I've never heard of a musical instrument that can part the seas either, but, you know. So, in my defense, I didn't see that coming, but, okay. This is very interesting, very unique. Let's see, where shall we go? Let's just do it in the middle here, I think. So that we can get access to this little stone and stand on it. And then figure out where we're going to go from here. I suppose I'll have to put something sort of in the middle, and then I can put myself in a little bit of danger, get to the safe spot, and then run again. Oh, goodness, get... Oh, not back at the beginning. Come on. Right, get here. Do I just need to have this out to play it? Yes, it seems that I do. Right then. It would seem that I suck. Newsflash and all. But right. Give me a moment and I shall have some more success. I can't even get like a meter through the water before that thing bites my arse off. Oh, why can I not find a comfortable place to put my blasted feet? For goodness sake, I sometimes wish human beings' lower legs were just detachable and you could just remove them. When sitting down, it would make life so much easier. I'm meant to go. Why would I be meant to go over there? That's clearly where I'm meant to go. There's the big spooky tree and the big spooky light and the everything else. Well, I'm not convinced I were meant to come up here. Not convinced even a little bit, but I am up here, so we're just going to have to deal with that fact. Oh goodness. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Really not convinced I was supposed to come up here, but never mind. We are up here, and at least it means I can circumnavigate the water without dying for the 50th time. What was that thing in the water? Water demon, yes indeed. A creature from folklore living in the waters, sometimes portrayed as a beautiful woman that transforms into an ugly creature when approached. There are so many jokes to be made there. They are believed to snatch children and take them underwater. It is said that throwing rocks into the water and calling the creature will protect you from harm. Yes, if you make a regular phone call to the demon, then they're not very likely to murder you. They just want to be remembered after all. My heart is racing. What was that thing? Its sound in my ear is making my skin crawl. Those pale, thin hands. I didn't even see them. Inhuman. This place. That creature with its wet, flowing hair. Why does it all seem so familiar, yet so foreign? I mean, clearly I am going insane. But this scent, these sounds, this forest. I have been here before, haven't I? The mist here feels cold, just like the mist back at the cottage the day I saved my cousin from drowning. He had been laying under the pier for a while before I pulled him out. I was shaking. I managed to call for Grandma. She came running down to the rushes and cut her bare legs in the reeds. I grabbed onto my younger cousin and threw him on the ground. I remember falling beside her as I watched her trying to bring air back into his lungs. She held him tight and sang a melody I had never heard before, and she was fine the next day. I get the distinct impression that your grandmother is a bit, either completely bonkers and incredibly lucky, or some sort of wizard. One or t'other. All this time, I had thought that it was just shock that made me see blood on Grandma's dress and claw marks on his arms, but I am not sure anymore. Goodness. Very spooky pooky. Right then, what's this orb? Oh, it's string. It has attached itself. Oh, okay. Am I going to restring this device eventually? I made it across the water without getting pulled under, thanks to this instrument. It's missing most of its strings. It seems to have more power here, whatever this place is. I wish I knew how to play it. In my hands, it's clearly out of tune and sounds a little weird. Nothing like the way Grandma used to play. I wonder what it would sound like if I make it whole again. Maybe then it will be strong enough to get me out of here. Grandma could make the forest lakes silent when it played. Surely that wasn't a coincidence. I have a feeling there are more strings to be found. Ah, indeed. So we're going to go on a little quest. Tree from my dreams. Yes. Or possibly the Gilder Gleam from Whiterun. One shall never know. A rune. You do not belong here. I sense that there is... No, what? You said that word before. I don't know what it means though. There must be a way to destroy this tree. I need to search this place for answers. Interesting. There's rooms here. There's like some sort of urn here, and then here is the musical instrument. The great oak is considered sacred in many traditions. In the Finnish epic, a tree grows so enormous that it binds together the earth and the sky. A humble man finally succeeds to chop down the tree, setting free the skies, and thus finishing the creation of the world. In ancient folklore, the great oak is regarded as a connection between the sky and the earth, and its bark is durable like iron. The one who defeats the tree receives infinite luck in life, love, and magic. The canopy overshadows everything in sight. This is what the bird was talking about. I need to help. Maybe the instrument could work against the dark tree, but when Grandma played, the forest would stand still. She controlled the trees. I need to learn how to play. If I help out here, I may be able to get back home, even though it feels weird even wanting to go back when you have no one waiting for you. I feel more lost than ever. What if I pluck the wrong strings and make everything worse? Well, if my very, very brief spat of violin lessons taught me anything, is that it's extremely easy to pluck the wrong string. But, okie dokie then. Let's go on a little adventure and see if we can find some more strings. How many more do we need? About 7, which is quite a lot. There's a geyser here. And I can put it out with music. I have to confess I don't know what's going on, but hey ho, I'm having fun and it's very pretty, so I'm not complaining. Oh no, Mother's car. Grandmother's car even. It has sunk in the quicksand. That thing that as kids TV taught us would be incredibly prevalent in our lives, and then it never was. I feel lied to. Right ho then. Let's try and put out some more of these flames. What the hell? Oh no. This is a puzzle, isn't it? Where I have to... Oh. This is a puzzle where I have to hit buttons randomly and then eventually figure it out as I go. Right then, let's have another string, please. What is this sensation I'm feeling? Pride in your accomplishments? Dread from the fact that we're wandering through a scary forest and I feel like Slender Man might appear in a moment? Fear about the frame rate? I do not know, friend, but we found your phone at least, which makes life nice. Pick it up, thank you. My phone, still intact. Yes, indeed. Cell phone. Alright, it really is my phone. Still intact, but has no signal in this place. I can make out a text. Your concerned words. I am beginning to see everything more clearly. Something about this place is making me remember. My eyes are now open. Life takes you on winding roads. It is not your fault that I didn't hear you. What are you on about? Why can I throw this? Can I, No, I can't see any text there. Okay, I can throw this, apparently. Presumably this isn't something I need to take with me for, like, the long haul. But, okay. Let's see if we can get past this, this fire. Okay, so I've made them all red now. I've made them all blue. Okay, so my objective is to make them all blue. And then they all sort of shut down. Okay. I don't understand, but at least I know what I'm doing now. With each string added, I feel more whole. Again, there is a dreadful joke to be made there, but I'm not going to be the one to do it. Someone else could do that. Oh no, I want to make them all green, don't I? Let's do that one, then that one, and then that one. And it won't quite work because something's gone awry. Yay! I figured it out. Right, looks like these are the final 2 strings. Get hold of these, and then we will be able to play some banging tunes to the tree and spook it so much that it leaves us alone. Right, now what's with the fairy ring of spookiness? Do I need to stand in the middle of it? Same spiral shape I have seen before. Let me have a quick read about this before oh, this was the thing on the wall, wasn't it? The maze, or garden, is a round stone symbol found in Finnish archipelago areas. The symbol, or maze, tradition is shared also elsewhere in Scandinavia and Europe and can be dated far back in history. Some say the European maze is for capturing demons. I'm trying to think of the oldest example of a maze I can think of. There were some mazes in ancient Greek stories. I think at least one of them was related to the Minotaur. If you're not familiar with the origin story of the Minotaur, goodness, don't look it up, it's horrific. It's like, not even from like the demonic perspective, just like the, oh boy, perspective. But yeah, if you want some freaky folklore, look that up. But don't say I didn't warn you. When I was young, Grandma once took me to see a stone garden like this. She told me it was an old gateway, a relic for a better time. She often decorated her home back in the city with small rock gardens like this. I'll be able to leave this place soon, she would say, even more so after Grandpa passed away. Maybe she was trying to build a way out, as crazy as it sounds. Well, maybe if it's a way out, I can use it to escape. The stone spiral is very similar to the bright symbol of the rock my boat went over. Maybe Grandma was right in calling the garden a gateway. Should I step in? I have nothing to lose at this point. If I can hear a humming in my ears, the stones may react to the thingamajig I am carrying. Oh! Excellent. A very convenient teleporter. Okay, then can I put this here? Play it? No, okay, seemingly not then. Okay, so maybe I've sorted that out then. So now let's go left and see if I can figure out how to get this urn thing. But I have my fully upgraded device here, so I should be well equipped to battle whatever it needs that needs to be battled. Hello! If you're a magpie, at least that explains why you stole the phone, because they are little thieves. They don't normally take things as big as phones, though. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? I don't know, but it's very bright and very spooky, and we're going to deal with it in a minute. Now, there's many odd things around here. Okay, let's start with the house. Grandma, is it you? There is no answer. Giddy aunt. I think there's another dimension going on in there. Okay then. Sacrificial stone. Bring ingredients. I need to bring something here. What do I need to bring? A snake? A cupstone or sacrificial stone is a large stone or part of a bigger rock that has several cups shaped carved dents. These man-made formations are thought to be a place of worship. People have placed grains or milk in the cups in exchange for luck or fruitful harvests. Sometimes cupstones are found near fields and crops. Rainwater gathered in the cups was considered to have healing powers. Looks familiar. I have seen similar patterns on another stone at the cottage neighbour's field. We played around there as kids secretly, afraid of being spotted. I remember stroking the dents on the rock and coming to the conclusion that they must have been caused by dinosaurs' teeth. Definitely, because back in the dinosaur era, rocks were soft and could be bitten into. I mean, I know dinosaurs are big and strong, but come on. I'm a little confused by this logic. When I told Grandma, she sharply looked at me and told me not to mess with the stone. Being here brings up some memories I thought I had forgotten. One day, when Grandma had errands with the neighbours, I snuck out in secret and zigzagged behind the tree trunks following her. As she reached the field, I hid behind some hay in a nearby ditch. She stepped out in front of the stone and took a bottle out of her woven basket. She held it against the sun and began to pour its contents on the stone, muttering words under her breath. She is definitely a wizard. But it was not liquid pouring from the bottle. Small grey snakes with yellow temples crawled out from the bottle's mouth and onto the stone. A boiling and hissing sound began to encircle the stone. The snakes started to evaporate into steam. Grandma stood calmly as it all faded away. Suddenly, she glanced over her shoulder in the direction I was sitting. Her eyes had a yellowish gleam, but as soon as she blinked, the caring green eyes reappeared. She picked up her basket and made her way back to the cottage with a tiny smirk on her face. When I went to see the stone, the cups were empty. I feel a closeness towards this place. Whether it is a memory or something I have inherited, I am not afraid. Not even afraid of a dozen tiny snakes? Okay. Oh dear, mason of beer, maker of beer, took breads of barley, heads of hops, blades of soft grass, and poured floral nectar on top. Seems to be a recipe of some sort. Did you write that down for me? Yes, you did. Of that I am grateful. Okay then, so we need to find some things then. Some ingredients. We need to go on a little shopping trip. Okay, I can deal with that. What have we here? A jar of nectar. Yes, I need some of this, don't I? Where was it? Floral nectar on top. Yes. Let me bring ingredients. Yes, here is the nectar. I need to find 3 more. Man, the animation on that is very nice. Goodness. Right then, let's see what else we can find. Is this the outhouse again? Can I play some music in the outhouse to make everything better? I don't know, but there's a tree sticking out the back of it, which I think is a clipping issue. But, never mind. They probably thought that nobody would be weird enough or unhygienic enough to go stick their head in the toilet when it wasn't entirely necessary. What do we have here? Some eggs? I don't remember them saying we needed eggs. No, I'm really not sure what these are. What have we here? Snowballs. In the middle of summer. Because naturally. Okie dokie then. It's probably one of the least weird things around here. Reminds me of Grandma's old tales. This is a place underneath our reality. Time and space do not matter, as ancient forces echo and offer guidance in this space of eons. It can teach us about the darker sides of ourselves and reveal hidden truths. I am beginning to understand. They are coming back to me. The stories Grandma told. It has been ages. I thought I had forgotten. Now the tales seem to have become reality. Tales about the world with strange hues in the night sky, mythical creatures and forests underneath. A place of wonders and terrors. She told us cousins that there is nothing to fear from her bedtime stories. Gloomy swamps are filled with lucky hidden treasures, and old dark cottages are reminders of warm homes and fond memories. Grandma said that it was a frightful place only for those who would let it be. You only face the terrors that your mind can conjure, she said. How do I conjure myself out of here? Come to think of it, was she calmly preparing us for something? Interesting. Odd. Sorry, one of those lines seemed very familiar from somewhere, as if I'd read it somewhere before. I imagine I probably read it on the Steam page when I downloaded this game, oh so long ago. Right. So where are the last 2? So that was the grass, and we have the, where is it? Will-o'-the-wisp. Oh, I didn't read this before. Will-o'-the-wisp are usually eerie flickering lights on swamp surfaces when seen from far away. They are believed to glow near hidden treasures and especially around Midsummer's Eve. Some stories talk about mistreated children and their souls as the origin of will-o'-wisps. So others say it is just swamp gas. These terrifying sounds bring back a memory I have pushed aside. As a child, I had a recurring nightmare. In the dream, it is just after dark, and a flickering light catches my eye at the edge of the forest surrounding the cottage. Despite all the warnings about going out alone at night, I feel a pull, a curiosity towards the shine coming from between the marsh and the rocks. The forest is drawing me in. I push through the branches, ignoring how they scrape my shoulders. As I get closer to the light source, there is a deafening cry like a child in agony, so piercing it makes me tear up. Small tiny hands reach out from the now visible blue flames. Before I know it, the flames begin to latch onto me, and I cannot escape. The icy burn spreads quickly, binding my limbs like flaming vines. I am freezing and burning at the same time. Suddenly, I hear the sounds of the instruments in the distance, and a gust of wind rushes into the flames, setting me free. A loud shriek, then silence. I fall onto my side on the ground. Tired and in shock, I look at the starry sky above me and see a bright bird flying over the dark treetops. Strangely, it makes me feel so safe that I don't even want to answer the worried calls coming from the cottage. I would always wake up on the bedroom floor. Right now, recording this dream, it feels as tangible as a memory. I cannot tell it was real anymore. Goodness. So, what was that in reference to? What made me write that entry? Was that maybe the blue flames that we found? What the hell? Oh, I thought... Oh, that's me kicking these over. Sorry, I thought it was like the sound of deer running about. Right, that was a miserable failure. That was a good success. Oh dear, it's fallen into bushes now, I can't see it. A jar of hops. Yes, concentrated bunny motions in a jar. Spiffing. Okay, then, let's put this in here. There we are. Only one more to go. Indeed. I'm not sure why they're shaped as cubes, but they are. Let's see, where was the recipe? What am I still missing? I don't know, I can't see it here. Oh, here it is. They're right underneath my face. Barley. Okay, the only thing that I actually recognise as a thing. Right then. Presumably that's this way. Goodness, just look at that. Goodness sake, that puts Skyrim to shame. Goodness sake, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Right. Gosh. This is dangerous. Get over here, Jar. I'm not convinced that's how things work, but alright. The Giant's Kettle. The Giant's Kettle is a large pothole in a solid rock formed by the Ice Age. Somebody refers to it in many things in Finnish mythology. The churn of somebody. Okay, that must be a name of one of the giants then. It is a sacred place or location where people came to interact with the unknown. They say they are also a creature or a group of creatures that resemble trolls. You don't know where we are. Trust me, cousin said once when we were exploring the forest. We came across a large hole in the ground filled with water. Tadpoles were swimming near the rock walls and green moss decorated the edges. The mirror surfaces were shining slowly in the soiled sunlight. I got on my knees and peered down. As I looked up, I saw and trace of my cousin. He had pranked me into the forest and vanished. I stared at my great prank. I am going to take you to a place and then I'm going to waltz away. Excellent prank. The quality of that prank stands up to ones on this website. I stared at my reflection in the water, oddly craving to look deeper into the hole, and I began to sway. Suddenly, I found myself in the water, sinking deeper into the pool, quickly hitting the dark bottom. As I was running out of air when a scaly, fish-like arm grabbed me and pushed me to the surface. I managed to drag myself over the edge again, panting and coughing. Somehow, I wandered back to the house. Cousin wasn't allowed in the cottage that night, and we never talked about it again. Ah yes, like a bad dog, we just booted him out the door. Rather bizarre. Right then. This is cute. Okie dokie then. Also, where I come from, barley doesn't look like that. I have to confess I'm not entirely convinced what barley does look like, but I think I would have heard about it within the last 20 years if it were a blowing a glowing blue cube. Right ho then. Let us do the recipe and make whatever it is we're making. Some sort of delicious snack, one presumes. Ah, this is the thing I need to deal with the tree. Spiffing. Can I have this? Drink. Oh goodness. I feel more in tune. Do you? I feel slightly drunk. Kitty dance. In Finnish folklore, something indicates life forces or stamina. It may also mean magical abilities, folks, or spirits. Sometimes the word is translated to English as mana. Magical objects such as bear teeth or dew gathered during Midsummer's Night may possess this powerful thingamajig. The dark liquid is radiating warmth inside my chest. I feel it running through my fingertips. I know what to do with the instrument. As long as the instrument is whole, I'll know how to play. The trees will be no match for me now. The stars are showing me the way, the correct music of light and play. That's how Grandma would describe her music, coming to her when sitting in the forest. Sounds and tunes would appear on their own when the timing was right. She would take a sip and begin to harmonise with the calming of the wind along the tree branches. Regular musician, I see she was. Right, how did I make this happen again? Like that. There we go. Okay then. How do I mend this now? By doing that? Oh goodness, I couldn't tell whether I was going up or they were going down. I think the tree's a little angry with me. Should I... oh goodness. Yes. Man alive. It's really quite beautiful, if a little scary. Is this the music? Oh goodness, you want me to do the sequence, don't you? I need to actually pay attention. That one, that one, that one, that one. That one, that one, that one, that one. Yay! Oh goodness. That one, that one, that one. Oh gosh. Is that right? Maybe, possibly, probably not. Oh goodness. I think I got it wrong. I set fire to everything. I'm gonna get some very angry letters from some tree huggers, aren't I? Right. What the hell is going on with this? I never knew trees had little clouds in them. How magical. How very... I'm not convinced I was supposed to come on this side. I feel like, yes. I feel like I'm sticking my nose where it doesn't belong in this game. Quite a lot. And for that, I apologise. Oh. Is that it? Have I defeated the big nasty tree, and now I can go home and have a little kip? It's nice music. Is this the actual sort of music that would be played on one of these instruments? Along with a little bit of chanting. Very pleasing indeed. Very nice. Sort of like an odd combination of a guitar and a violin. Very nice indeed. It is very beautiful indeed. Well, there's another rune here. This is how I came here in the first place. Maybe I can use this to escape. Mysterious source of light. Yes, touch it. When you don't know what things are, you should definitely grab them. Right. I get blasted with the fiery lights again, and then... Oh, okay, so it opened up a path. It's a valley I can go down. Okie dokie. And some very fast-growing grass. Hello, magpie again. Have you stolen any of my other things? I rather hope not. I wouldn't want you to get arrested. Right then. Where are we now? Ooh. I don't want to go down there. I don't want to go for a swim. I'm gonna go for a swim, but I don't want to go for a swim. Oh gosh. I don't like big bodies of water, and the best of times, when there's been a water demon in the previous body of water, I'm not additionally enthused. I remember now. Do you see how the darkness is finally fading? I am beginning to see the good in my life. The grey oak stood against your hopes and dreams. The horizon is beginning to clear. I'm getting the impression this is some sort of, this word means sort of like spirit, perhaps, or like soul, or sort of energy, I think, perhaps, possibly, I don't know, to be honest. It has been restored by wisdom of the past. Let it guide your choices in the future. Choices? What choices? Your story is made up of choices. Changing it is up to you when the time comes. Am I truly free to make my own choices? There's a psychological debate to be had. How do I make things right? Stories make the past and the present come alive. Look for the final chapter in my journal. Oh, was the bird writing the journal? I never knew this magpie was so multi-talented, or quite such a kleptomaniac. Or such a literary kleptomaniac, even. Oh no, my feet are all red. Okie dokie then. Can I take the phone out? Remember, this is a magical night. Oh yeah, this is the same thing we had before. That was close. I nearly drowned. I'd better get inside and dry my socks off. I think that is a spiffing plan. I'll have a little dinner as well. I've been on quite the... That still scares me. I've been on quite the adventure, and I think I need a little food. Something has changed here. Grandma's journal. Oh, the bird was Grandma? Songs of times that were, and times never past. Oh, that's how she started her stories. Music forgotten, playing again at last. You searched among blue flames and hollowed stones. Brought light into darkness in the old poems. Choose your path wisely, followed by my wings, defeated sapling. With it back in your heart, your story shall have a fresh start. I think this is like a partner or something of the player characters. I need to go my own way, I hope you do too. It was unfair what I put you through, I'll call you tomorrow. I would like that. Oh, I forgave them. I don't know what they did. They might have murdered my rabbit for all I know. Yay! We won the game. Hooray. I really hope this music isn't copyrighted, but it probably is. It sounds far too high quality to not be copyrighted. But that was great. I really enjoyed that. Reminded me a lot of Year Walk, if you're familiar with that, which is another game about Scandinavian folklore. I think it's Scandinavian. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Scandinavian. Yes, it reminded me a lot of that, especially with like the little journal entries where it told us about all of the different things, like the will-o'-the-wisp and the water demon and all that sort of stuff. But that was surprisingly enjoyable and surprisingly fun as a game, not just as a way of imparting some information. Oh wow, you wrote the music for the game. Very nice. I'm not going to skip the credits. I want to show off all the nice people that made this nice game. Yes, many games that want to tell a story focus very heavily on the storytelling, and for good reason, because they want to tell a good story. But then you end up with a sort of walking simulator type game, which doesn't really have much sort of game mechanics in it, much that you can really do, or much that you can really play in the game. But this one was able to implement some actual game mechanics in terms of like running away from the water demon and using the instrument to fight those possibly will-o-wisps or possibly fires. I'm not entirely sure what they were. Yes, in order to get the ingredients for the thing and then fight the big tree. I'll be honest, the vast majority of it went over my head, and I apologise that so many of the words were not pronounced simply because I am wary of accidentally insulting people when trying to play their nice game. So I apologise that many of the Finnish words were not enunciated, but I never quite know what to do with these things, because it's never just a matter of, I mean, I'm not good at carefully pronouncing words just by the way they're written, but with foreign languages there's often rules that you have to be very careful of, like how in German W's often become V's, for example, as one example. I think there's some examples a bit like that in Polish as well, so I never want to horribly insult the people that make nice games by butchering their language. So, yes, I apologise, but hopefully the high quality of the game made up for it. The little poem there. How nice. That was very nice. Very, very nice indeed. And nice to actually see that they had like a list of references in there to show that they'd actually done their research about the stuff, which makes me feel like this was a very sort of faithful discussion of Finnish folklore. So yes, that was very nice. I very much enjoyed that. I hope you did as well. That was very, very nice. I am left with some questions. Like, is the magpie the grandmother? Presumably, because it said the last chapter of the journal. So that must be the spirit of the mother that's maintained with the player character. But that was nice. That was really enjoyable. Yes, I hope you enjoyed that as well. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night. Although, hang on, before you have a good night, let's have a quick look at this concept art. My giddy aunt, this is a hell of an image. What happened to sirens being beautiful instead of having fish bones hanging off them? Oh gosh, this is gorgeous. That'll make a lovely wallpaper. Man alive, that face. Why do you have a crab on your head? Oh gosh. I love this game, I really do. Very, very nice indeed.